And Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi has urged the private sector to work with the government instead of seeing them as competitors, a move aimed at growing the country's economy. And as Gracious Aganda explains in the following report, Mudavadi said diaspora remittance are higher than the country's revenue and that there is need to restore agriculture to its former state.
Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi on Wednesday morning, while attending the Financial Agriculture Sustainable Conference 2024, urged the government to reduce bureaucracies and increase access to credit so as to enable the growth of the private sector. According to the Prime CS, promoting the public-private sectors is essential in leveraging the strengths and weaknesses of both sectors.
We must not look at the private sector as an opposition. So when you're engaging with the private sector, don't look at them as an opposition and therefore in the process create unnecessary bureaucracy and hurdles because the mentality is that you want to frustrate the opposition. Let's look at the private sector as partners.
Mudavadi also urged the private sector to be reasonable in pricing to avoid customer exploitation, terming it as greed.
There's nothing wrong in having a profit motive. But when the profit motive turns into greed, then that is where the problem arises. If on the other hand, you're the private sector and you're given an opportunity, perhaps to bridge a certain gap, whether it is rice or edible oil, for heaven's sake on your part, have integrity.
The Prime Cabinet Secretary added that diaspora remittance has exceeded the agricultural sector in the country, challenging the agricultural sector to retake its glory, since the government cannot only depend on diaspora remittance.
Foreign or diaspora remittances have now exceeded our earnings, our foreign exchange earnings. So this is a challenge. How do we get back the agricultural sector? How do we get back the tea? How do we get back the coffee? How do we get back the floriculture and horticulture to be at the top?
Musalia has pledged to work hand in hand with his agricultural counterpart Mithika Linturi in empowering the agricultural sector. The government in its place has vowed to provide modern farming equipment to small-scale farmers to boost them financially. Gracious Aganda, KUTV.